all the things that point guard needs, the comfort with the coach, the trust from his teammates, all that compared to where he is now. Just can you kind of describe the differences, I guess?
I just think with X and him coming in, he was a new kid on the block. Obviously, you can't lead a team that you don't know, so when he kind of got to know us and what we're about, he started to take more leadership roles, and I think that's a big thing that he's done this year. He's a leader on the court, on and off the court. He's been doing the right things, and so for him, just getting back out there and ready to play. I know he's eager to play, so I think it's going to be huge for him.
Is it? I mean, we asked about kind of the schematic side of the evolution, especially as you guys really found another gear offensively last season. Was that maybe the same time that you sort of reflect that comfort that he had in being more of a leader, more vocal, more commanding of a presence?
Yeah, I think that even him and Race really took over the last 4 or 5 games before the Big Ten tournament when I was kind of in a slump. And then when I started to get better, X continued to play at that level. And then obviously when 2 or 3 guys on our team are playing at such a high level, and then our defense is playing the way that we're supposed to be, we're really hard to beat. And then I think that's what happened. So
that's what for me, I'm going to get everybody's way. But I mean, how much can he open up now? He's got more comfort. He says, by his own admission, that he's a lot more comfortable when coach goes up there and starts freelancing, drawing up plays, asking more of him. How much more does that open up for this offense, this team, but this offense in particular, how comfortable he is now?
Yeah, with the point guard, he's the spearhead of everything we do. So with him being comfortable, we got to make sure that he's on board and he's ready. And when he's on board and he's ready, we're a tough team to beat. So thanks, Trayce.
You mentioned that you might play some of the 4 this year. How kind of would that play out?
Just with Logan, the way that Logan's been playing, he's been playing really well. Obviously, if Race gets into foul trouble, we can trust Logan to come in. Move over to the 4. I've done a little bit of practice playing against each other. So I think it's going to be huge for us being able to space the floor for me in general and shooting the ball. Obviously, I'm going to do that at the 5 or 4 because our offense is interchangeable. But it's going to be huge. I think Logan's going to actually provide a lot for us this year. He's been playing really well. So,
would you be playing?
Tell us more about Logan. Like we obviously didn't see very much of him at all last year. And Race was just saying you guys could push him around then.
Yeah.
What's different? When did you know? Okay, well, Logan can play now.
Well, the thing with Logan is that last year, it was every other week he was sick, and so he was about 220 pounds, and he just could never gain weight. And then even in May, he got his tonsils out, and so he was like 215. And then at the end of the summer, all of a sudden he was 245, and I was like, what's going on? And so he put on some weight, and I'm trying to move him back, and he's just holding ground, and I'm like, all right. But he's been playing really hard. He's been running the floor really hard, getting rebounds, making good post moves, and so if he just can be solid like that, I expect to see him play. So
now, are you maybe going to play some 4 when you're on the floor with Race as well?
Yeah, I think that with our offense, obviously it's the first big down, and so then it's ball screen, interchange, pick and pop. Coach Woodson doesn't really care what I do now, and so he gave me the green light to do whatever. So I'm just to be whatever the defense gives us, basically.
What do you want your game to look like this year? Like if you could, at the end of the year, if you could draw up how you play this year, what things would you do really well?
Obviously, with Coach Woodson, he still wants the emphasis to be inside out, and so that's a big thing. Obviously, that's our bread and butter, but just showcasing more of my perimeter skills. I think this year, in general, I think when we're scrimmaging a lot more, I'm bringing the ball up the court, I'm making plays in the open, and then I think that's going to be huge for us because I'm faster than most bigs. So if I get the rebound and go, then they're already trailing me, then someone's going to have to help, and then I can hit shooters. So I think that's going to be huge playing in transition as well.
Have you looked back, I guess, at film last year and said, okay, these are opportunities I could have taken a 3 and didn't? I guess are there a lot of those, and do you see them now?
Absolutely. I've watched a few games, and they're guarding me at the free throw line. So when I do that this year, I just got to let it fly. Obviously, with my confidence, I've been shooting the ball really, really well here in practice, and so I just got to keep getting repetitions.
Do you think? Go ahead.
Team's best offensive rebounder. So being out on the perimeter, how are you going to balance that? Are you going to still go for offensive rebounds and risk getting beat the other way? Or
absolutely, I'll shoot him, but I have faith in Race. If Race is down there, he'll get some offensive rebounds as well.
How are you helping manage expectations in the locker room, just in terms of having guys know what's expected of them, and also just the bigger picture of you're going to be picked to maybe win the Big Ten, and you have all these high expectations. Just as a leader in the locker room, how do you help manage all that?
I just got to keep everyone level-headed. You can't get too high, you can't get too low. Obviously, with who we have coming in with our freshmen, and then everyone that we're bringing back. it's going to be a great year, a great season, but we got to take it one day at a time.
Thank you.
So we're going to take it one practice and one game. So we can't get too ahead of ourselves and talk about Big Ten championships, national championships. We got to take it one win at a time, and that's what we're going to do. So,
What do you think? Jalen Hutchifino with Montford was really good. You know, they won back-to-back.
Absolutely.
What have you seen from him? How good is he?
Jalen he's ridiculous. 6'5" point guard. He's crafty with the ball. His mid-range is on point. He's really mature for his age. I really think he'll only be here for 1 year. And that's just me. But he's a really good player, and obviously he's expected to start. But him and even the three other freshmen that came in, and they're really mature for their age and how they play. And so I think it's huge for us because they're bringing a spark that we didn't have on this team last year. So I think it's going to be really good.
Speaking of
the day that you announced that you were coming back to IU, and you saw that Twitter interaction between you and Armando being out, I'm just curious, what's your guys' history? What's your relationship like? And what does that matchup going to mean to you?
So me and Armando, we go back, we played against each other in AAU. We were always roommates in the camps. Me, him, and Cole Anthony, we always played Super Smash Bros. And Cole would always destroy us. It would be a 2-on-1. So, but me and Armando, we're really good friends. He's a really good basketball player. Obviously, trying to get that game, and then we got it. So I think that's going to be really fun. But he's coming to our house, and so then we got something for him. So.
I feel like your styles of play are just so similar. So what do you think you have to do to get the best out of that matchup?
I think with Armando, his rebounding, I think he's a really good rebounder. He has a knack to find the ball. And so boxing him out, always knowing where he is on the floor when the shot goes up is going to be huge. He runs in transition. He sets really good ball screens as well. So being up and ready to guard that is going to be big for me as well. So, but overall, he's a great player. So I can't wait to.
What else stands out to you about Malik?
Malik?
Yeah, it seems like he has a pretty advanced skill set. He can play inside now. I mean, just when you're dealing with him, the footwork inside, but also the perimeter game, just what stands out to you about?
So the big thing with Malik came in and he's about 6'8", but he was already a Big Ten body. So he was coming in, dribbling the ball up the court, and me and Race were like, how are we guarding this dude? Because he was shooting the ball, he was really good handle, really tight handle, and so the first week or so he was killing everyone. And like we couldn't guard him, and so we had to kind of figure out his moves and what he did. But he's a really solid player. He has really good footwork. We're going to just continue to have him under our wing and just get him ready to play because he's going to have a lot of significant minutes as well.
What are the things you think you have to teach him? Because he comes in pretty well schooled, but what's the next step he has to take?
I think for him it's not really offensively. I think his offensive game is there. It's more on the defensive end on the floor. But that's going to be with all freshmen. So I'm just trying to help him learn tendencies, defensive schemes, and helping him be in the right spot. So that's going to be big. But once he gets that figured out, he's going to be ready to go.
What was the?
But I'm curious, when you talk to NBA people, is that what they say, or do you hear a whole different kind of conversation when you talk to them?
It's not even that they want to see me shoot 10 threes a game. They just want to know that I can shoot the ball, basically. Just maybe it'd be 1 3 a game or a mid-range shot here or there. Just want to see my mechanics because I really haven't just shot the ball. So I've done it in practice. I think at this pro day I'm going to shock a lot of people because the way I have been shooting the ball here in practice as of lately has been really well. And so I just got to keep getting repetitions of it. So
what other aspects of your game do they feedback on that they'd like to see you take to that?
I think that the biggest thing for me is just it's all around that. I think that it's pretty set in stone how I am, how I play with my motor. They know I can catch and finish lobs. They know I'm really good with my back around the basket, maybe doing a little bit more face-up, and then obviously taking the ball in transition, showing my vision a little bit outside of the back to the basket is going to be big too.
What was the trash talk like?
Playing the 4 this year is about the next level for you.
Really playing the 4, it's really just, it is what it is. I did it my freshman year, so I'm kind of used to it. I think guarding 4 men is going to be pretty good just so they can see my versatility on defense as well.
What was the